Okay, in just a second, I'm going to show you how to make this perfect cup of iced coffee. The good news is it will only take a few minutes. Okay, for any of you who know me, you know that I love coffee. And probably there's more coffee running through my veins than there is blood, if we're being real. And so I'm going to show you today how to make, in my mind, the perfect cup of iced coffee. And for those of you who really know me, you also know that I only drink iced coffee, no matter how cold or how warm it is outside. So first we're going to start with water. It needs to be filtered, or it could be bottled. You definitely don't want the chemicals that are in your water supply affecting the taste of the coffee or even the smells. I live in Florida, so it's super important to use filtered or bottled water. So I like coffee, as I said, so I'm gonna make about 6 cups. So I'm gonna put this cold and filtered water in my coffee maker, and it's just a really inexpensive Hamilton Beach coffee maker. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put about 12 servings, so about 12 scoops, coffee scoops of ground coffee in here. So I'm going to go ahead and grind that. It'll be a little loud, but I like my coffee really fresh. You can also use pre-ground coffee. Okay, so I've ground my coffee, and I ground it kind of coarsely. And as I said, it's a lot of coffee. And some of you might be thinking, well, why is she making it so strong? Why is she putting so much ground coffee in there and only 6 cups of water? Because I'm eventually going to put it over ice, so I want it to be nice and strong when I do put it over the ice, which is going to turn into water. So that's why it's going to be so strong to start out with, because then it is going to still be a nice, strong cup of iced coffee when I'm done. All right, so while that is going to be brewing, my next most favorite part of my iced coffee is that I love to have that vanilla sweet cream foam on the top, you know, that everybody puts on their coffee these days. So I'm gonna show you how I make that at home. You're gonna need some 2% milk or whole milk, whatever kind of milk you usually use. And then you are also gonna wanna have some heavy cream and vanilla syrup. I will do another video that shows you how to make the vanilla syrup at home instead of buying it. I'll explain it really quickly. It's really just a simple syrup. So it's a cup of sugar, it's a cup of water that you let simmer between 5 and 9 minutes, and then you just add in vanilla extract to it. So I'm going to use that along with the water, or not water, along with the milk and the heavy cream. And my light keeps going off. I guess I'm bright enough without it. All right, I will show you how to make the foam in just 1 second. Okay, so now I am gonna make the sweet cream foam that's gonna go on the top of my iced coffee pretty soon. So what I'm gonna need is a milk frother. I bought this really inexpensive one at Walmart. It's Farberware. It just needs to be able to do a cold foam. So there's this little snowflake on there. You just want to be sure, whichever one that you purchase, that it can do cold foam. So in this measuring cup, I'm going to go ahead and put about 2 tablespoons of vanilla. This is also where the sweetness comes from. So if you like things a little bit sweeter, you might want to add a little more. If you don't like it quite as sweet, you could certainly add a little less. I'm going to put in about 1/4 cup. I'm using whole milk, but if you have 2% on hand, or like I said, whatever you like, go for it. And then I'm going to put in about 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Then I'm going to actually stir this all together. I'm going to also use this spoon to stir it all up in the end. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this right into my milk frother. I'm going to go ahead and hit the cold foam and get it started. Sounds like the coffee is about finished brewing. Okay, just about everything is almost ready to be right with the world because I'm gonna have my perfectly made cup of iced coffee. All right, so the coffee just finished brewing. This is my plastic cup with ice. I am then going to pour this coffee right over the ice. I'm going to be sure I leave plenty of room for that cold foam. There we go. The coffee that's left in the pot, I mean, don't judge me, I'll probably make another cup, but you could put it in the refrigerator and save it for tomorrow morning. You could actually go ahead and put it over ice and then put it in the refrigerator, or you can just put it over in the refrigerator in a container and then add your ice in it tomorrow morning. So the foam is looking totally awesome. And this is the vanilla foam. And I don't want to leave any of it in there. I want it all in my cup. And then because I like to stir a little in. And that is the perfect cup of iced coffee. Of course, you may want to use a little more vanilla and put it in the body of the coffee. I like it because it's not as sweet when I get to the bottom and it's a little sweet when I get started. So between the sugar and the caffeine, I'm gonna be super fantastic in a minute. I hope you enjoy the iced coffee. I will put in the comments the recipe for the cold foam and for the coffee, why not? And I'll also add in there how I make the simple syrup that I add vanilla into. Enjoy.